I want you to understand, why is it important for you to stop asking God why and to start asking God how. A lot of times in our life, we're going through things and we get on our knees or we start crying and we ask, why is this happening to me? But I want you to understand why it's important to change your mindset, to start asking God how, so that you can find a solution for your problems and not complain about them. Make sure that you watch this video to the end so that you can understand the solutions that I'm about to give you, and it's going to help better your life. The reason that you have to stop asking God why is because every time you ask God why, that means you're showing God you're full of stress. You're full of anxiety. When you ask God why, you're showing God that you're already doubting. You see, the word why is you're questioning it. You're questioning, why am I going through this? Why is my life so hard? And when you're questioning something, that means that you're doubting something or you don't understand. And listen, it's okay to not understand. But when you're constantly questioning and doubting and not understand, it shows a lack of faith. And it shows that you have more worry than faith because you're constantly questioning why. You see, when you're going through something hard in life and you're saying, why me? Or why this? Or why that? You're showing that you're already afraid. You're showing that you're already giving up. You're showing that you're playing the victim role. You see, when you say why, you're playing the victim role. And when you play the victim role, you're already showing that you're afraid. You're already showing that you're scared. So you have to stop saying why, because every time you go and saying why, you're playing the victim role and you're showing your true colors. You're showing that you're scared. And when you go to God scared, or when you are scared and when you're worrying and when you're doubting, you can't operate in faith. You see, faith and fear, faith and scared, worry and doubt, worry and scared cannot operate with each other. So when you trying to operate in faith, you can't operate in scared. And a lot of times in our life, we're asking God why, because we're scared. We don't know what to do. We're afraid. We're not coming up with solutions. We're just questioning so that we can complain. So you have to stop using the word why so that you stop playing the victim and you stop complaining about your situation so that you actually can understand and better your situation. Now, the reason that you want to start asking how, you see, when you ask how, it does something in your brain that makes you seek understanding and want to seek a solution and seek to become better. You see, when you ask God how, say, God, how can I get better from this situation? God, how is this situation going to make me stronger? God, how can I become a better man or woman by going through this situation? God, how can you help me right now in this situation, make it through so I can see tomorrow? You see, it's power in the how. You see, when you go to God with a how, then you're coming to God with faith because you're believing that he's going to give you understanding and give you a solution of what you need to do. When you ask yourself how, you start to think about solutions to solve your problem. When you ask yourself how, you're making your brain work for you so that you can understand your situation and that you're not a victim but your situation, but you're learning from your situation. You see, when you asking yourself how, that means you want to learn. You see, why means that you're confused, that you don't understand, that you're trying to catch a break. But how means that you want to learn, man, how can I get better when I'm going through this? Man, how can I get better because this happened to my life? How does this help me grow as a person? Do you see the difference between your why and your how? You see, your why is going to make you sad. Your why is going to make you operate out of fear. Your why is going to make you complain. But when you say how, your how is going to push you to a new limit. Your how is going to make your brain think. Your how is going to show God that you got faith and that you trust and believe that it's going to be for your life, that you can overcome it. But see, when you ask why, you question it. That means you doubting it. That means you already throwing in the towel. But when I ask how, that means I know I can make it through. That means I'm telling myself, man, how am I going to make this better for my life? That means I'm asking for understanding and I'm seeking understanding. And a lot of times in our life, we don't seek understanding in bad situations because we think that everything that bad happens to us means we're cursed or means that we got to play a victim, that we got to feel bad. No, sometimes bad things happen because you have to become a better person, a new version of yourself to make it through the fire. So I want you to understand, you have to change your why to your how. You have to stop asking why so much and start asking how. This is going to help you elevate in your life. This is going to help elevate your mindset. This is going to help elevate your problem solving. This is going to tighten up your faith with God when you start asking God how. When you go to the king and you say how. You see, a lot of times in our life, we're looking at this as not a battle. But when you're going through things, it's a battle. And God is the king. God is the general of your life. And so if we was in the battle, we're not going to go to the commander and say, why we got to fight this war? Why this war had to happen to us? No, we're going to say, God, how do I win this battle? How do I defeat these people? How do I overcome this situation? Do you see the difference between my why and my how? Do you see the difference of how my how gives me power, but my why, it makes me weak? My how, it gives me strength, but my why, it makes me worried. I need you to start asking God how. I need you to change your speech. I need you to ask God how so that he can better your life and give you more understanding, and so that you can understand that you will solve any problem. But first you got to just ask how. Stop asking why. Stop playing the victim. Stop being the victim and start asking how. Christion Willett, the voice of my generation. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe. I really appreciate it if you stayed all the way to the end of this video. Make sure you go to my website. I got my hoodies on there if you want to buy one of my hoodies to support the brand. I got a one-on-one free consultation call if you want to just speak one-on-one with me. If you want a personal message of how you can change your life, come to my coaching call, and then we can talk about that. So Christion Willett, the voice of my generation.